All right, today we are diving deep, I mean really deep, into one of the zodiac's most intense and, let's be honest, mysterious signs. We're going to peel back all those layers of the Scorpio archetype and find out what's really going on under the surface.
Wow, okay, so our source material is not pulling any punches, is it? Right out of the gate, we get this incredibly powerful statement. It really sets the tone for a journey into the shadow side. So, what is it? What makes Scorpio so dark and so compelling? Let's get into it. So, first things first, we have to build that classic, powerful image of Scorpio. You know the one. What are the core pieces that come together to create this magnetic and, frankly, formidable personality?
Okay, at its very core, Scorpio is a fixed water sign. Now, what does that actually mean? Well, the water part gives them this incredible emotional depth. They're not paddling in the shallow end, they are swimming in the deep, deep waters of feeling. And that fixed quality, that means they are resolute, they are determined, and they are incredibly focused. Just think of deep, unmovable water.
And if that wasn't enough, here's where it gets even more complex. Scorpio is one of the few signs that has two rulers. You've got Mars, the planet of action, of raw energy and drive, and then you have Pluto, the planet of power, of transformation, of all things hidden. This combination creates a personality that's both a warrior and a master of the underworld. And all of that cosmic DNA comes together to create some truly iconic traits. We're talking fearless and resolute, with a magnetic presence that can command a whole room without even saying a word. They're famously comfortable with the shadow side of life. You know, the topics everyone else wants to avoid. They have those infamous eyes that feel like they're looking right into your soul. And yeah, they're totally okay with uncomfortable silence. They'll just use it to watch you, to analyze. But just when you think you've got them all figured out, there's a huge twist in the story. Because underneath that toughest-nails exterior, there's something completely different hiding.
In this contrast, this is really the heart of the Scorpio archetype. On the outside, yeah, you get that sharp edge, the person who, as our source says, just looks cool in a leather jacket. But in reality, they're described as a bit of a softie. Once you are in their inner circle, they will adore you and care for you so deeply. They're capable of this profound connection.
Which, of course, brings us to the big question. If they have this soft, caring core, why all the armor? What's with the sharp edges and that intimidating stare? And here it is. This is the key. The source claims that a Scorpio's primary emotion is betrayal. Now, this isn't just about getting revenge. It's this deep-seated fear of being let down, of being wounded. That tough exterior, it's a really effective defense mechanism. It's designed to protect that vulnerable, loyal heart from being broken. So what are they looking for in other people? Well, given that fear of betrayal, it is no surprise that loyalty is number one. They also look for a powerful physical connection and someone who can be serious when it counts. That's why they so often click with signs that really value stability and depth, you know, like Capricorn, Pisces, Cancer, and Virgo. But here's the paradox, right? That intense loyalty, that magnetic, caring nature, it can sometimes attract the absolute worst kind of person. It can basically become a beacon for people who want to exploit it. Our source material lays out this fascinating and kind of painful cycle. A Scorpio's magnetism just pulls people in, but it can specifically attract those all-about-me types. These people see that depth and loyalty and they use it as food for their ego, you know, a source of constant validation. But here is the Scorpio difference. They will only let it go on for so long. As the most intense sign, they always know exactly where to draw the line. Okay, we've seen the protector, we've seen the lover. Now we're going into the territory that gives Scorpio its fearsome reputation. We are going inside the shadow mind. We're talking about the strategist. So our material gives each sign a shadow zodiac name, and Scorpio's is the poison dart. Just think about what that implies for a second. It's not a club, it's not a sword, it is precise, it is strategic, it is silent, and it is deadly effective. It is the kind of attack you never, ever see coming. See, this isn't about blind rage. The Scorpio mind is described as highly intelligent and strategic. Unlike some of the more impulsive signs, they have incredible self-control. They analyze, they wait, and they know the precise moment to strike for maximum impact. They truly believe that timing and planning will always beat mindless strength. And that strategic, shadow-dwelling nature, well, it brings us to our final section.
And this part contains the most shocking and, let's just say, controversial claims from our source material.
There it is. The source makes this incredibly stark claim, and it calls it Scorpio's creepy zodiac habit. I mean, that's a provocative statement, and it's really designed to show you the sheer intensity of their inner world.
And the source explains this by saying, a Scorpio's thoughts can get extremely dark. When someone offends them, they don't just get angry. Their mind might go to the darkest possible place, imagining these scenarios of brutal revenge as a way to process that intense feeling of betrayal.
And this leads to the source's most chilling claim. It says that a notable number of serial killers are born under the sign of Scorpio. The reason given is that when that unique combination of intense, passionate, loyal energy curdles, it can become dangerously unpredictable.
So, after all of this, after exploring the loyal protector, the brilliant strategist, and the dark fantasist, we are left with one final question. Is Scorpio the true villain of the zodiac? Or are they simply its most profoundly misunderstood archetype, whose greatest strengths also happen to be their darkest shadows?